would like to dispel some common myths surrounding the Arabs. In particular, fucking Lawrence of Arabia. Without the use of a safety net or a UN weapons inspector. I have been welcomed to your beautiful country with very tender rubber gloves at the airport. It's a marvelously liberating experience, huh? To hear your first Scottish accent with a finger up your arse.
Edinburgh's been fantastic. The people here are extremely welcoming. I think people come to festivals like this as well with open minds, which always helps. I think that the points that we make about the Arabs being by far the largest group of Semites in the world is also one that needs reviving, because anti-Semitism seems to have been hijacked just by the Jewish lobby, when the truth of it is that we're all Semites, and I think we make that point quite clearly in the show.
Just because I work out there doesn't mean I have to take this shit. I mean, how much can a tax-free salary compensate for living in a society where acceptable everyday wear is black? And the companion sitting next to you in first class in Saudi is a fucking falcon. When we're there, we dream of leaving, even if it's just to go to Dubai for a bit of a couple of days R&R, to eat a whole pig. And now I find myself talking knowledgeably about the benefits of homemade drambuie compared to the real thing. Oh, how many oranges do you use? Oh, you use 4, do you? Oh, I use 5. And what brand of toothpaste do you use when you make your creme de menthe? One of the first stereotypes I play is probably the worst nightmare of the bigotry and maybe misconceptions of maybe people who are out there working. At the same time, because they don't really make much of an effort to really understand the culture, they live in a sort of fairly one-dimensional box, if you like. And so, like in the show, when people hear it, there's nervous laughter. But I think the humour, they're probably appalled, even though in the back of their minds it's something they're probably familiar with.
The Archbishop of Canterbury, huh? The ex-Archbishop of Canterbury, and the Robert Killjoy Slick have united in condemning us for producing nothing in the last 200 years. Well, they are entitled to their opinion, I suppose. And so, to the manufacturers of the world, I would like to offer some thanks, huh? To Mikhail Kalashnikov for your fabulous gun. Thank you. To Dr. Oppenheimer for the biggest bang on bonfire night. Afi عليك. To Mrs. Heckler and Koch for a number of stocking fillers. Thank you.
As far as misconceptions are concerned in the West, what we hope to do is to try and make clear our little area within the Gulf. We don't purport to represent all Arabs, because that is virtually impossible in an hour. Certainly we don't purport to represent the wider Gulf. What we do hope to do is to give people a much clearer idea of how Bahrainis are.
Yes, we Brits have done it again. Here you'll see the High Commissioner for the area, Sir Percy Cox, giving them their homeland. Under a landmark treaty of mutual cooperation, the British Empire will stand by our Arab friends and protect them from the likes of Johnny Turk, Hans Sausage Eater, and good old Luigi Linguini. A truly historic occasion, and for a small consideration, the Arabs will continue to live on the land above, as they have done happily for centuries, and we British will look after the useless black treacle below.
You know, I think that if you can use humour as a vehicle to ridicule bigotry, you must do. You know, to make people laugh at something that is so absurdly racist. Absolutely. Couldn't think of a better way of doing it, you know, and also people tend to remember it.
Would you rather I wore a crescent on my lapel so that you could immediately identify me as a threat. Does this sound familiar to you, Mr. Rabinovich?
It does.
Hath not a Muslim eyes? Hath not a Muslim hands, organs, senses, passions?
Fed with the same food,
Hurt with the same weapons,
subject to the same diseases,
cured by the same means.
warmed and cooled by the same summer and winter.
If you prick us, do we not bleed?
If you tickle us, do we not laugh?
And if you poison us, do we not die?
I don't really have a big nose, do I?
No, it's perfect.